Number 4, there's not a multiple choice answer. And you do not need a calculator for it. Take up 30 seconds to finish writing, and then we're going to go over it. Check your notes. The camera is gone now. Alright, if you did not get something back from me, it's because I either didn't get it from you, or it's one of the ones with no names on the board, which shall remain as 0 until they are claimed. And they shall remain on the board until I get tired of looking at them, and then I'll throw them in the trash. Alright, let's go over this. Back up to number 1. This is the one you're only supposed to write the answer to. This chart, which it was a chart until I copied it over, now it's a bullet list, describes an experiment using a sample of water and 3 solids made of different substances. The 3 solids are dropped into a beaker of water. Solid 1 sinks halfway and remains suspended, which means it kind of hangs out there in the middle. Solid 2 sinks all the way to the bottom. Solid 3 floats at the top. Which property of water is being tested? Mark, I saw your hand first. Buoyancy, very good. That is D, buoyancy. We're not measuring density because we're not given mass, we're not given volume. We're just talking about stuff floating, so it's buoyancy. Make sure you have the word written out too, not just D. Number 2, which pure substance is composed of more than one element? Orion. Very good, water. I can tell you right now, and if you don't know already, which you should from 6th grade, but if not, that's okay. Very soon you will know that carbon, gold, and sodium are all elements. By themselves, they're only elements. Water has 2 elements. What 2 elements does water have? Hydrogen and oxygen. Very good. So it's the only one that has more than one element in it. So make sure you change that. Number 3, to change a substance from a gas to a liquid, you must do what with thermal energy or heat? Gas to liquid. Somebody besides Orion? Mike, are you trying to raise your hand? Yeah. Go for it. Very good. Remove. Y'all are on it. This is something that tripped you up a bit on the quiz. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because you know phase changes, and you probably know what happens to heat, or you should know what happens to heat during those phase changes, whether it's added or removed. But when it came to applying it to a question, you got kind of stumbled up. It's almost like a 2-part math word problem. It's too much thinking, I can't handle it. That chart on the bottom of page 11 of your notes, the itty-bitty chart that I gave you to glue in, if you memorize that and are able to sketch it out on your scrap piece of paper for EOGs or for benchmarks, that'll help you answer so many questions. And there is no rule saying you cannot brain dump onto a piece of paper. You can't bring materials and copy it. That's cheating. But if you do a brain dump, which means you just write down everything you remember about that subject onto your scratch piece of paper, there is no rules against that whatsoever for EOGs. So if you're able to memorize that chart, sketch it out on your paper, label it, use it as a reference. It's not cheating. It's not against the rules. All right, last one. 20 grams of substance has a volume of 5 milliliters. What is the density? Say it, Leslie. 4, yes. Somebody tell me, just don't even raise your hand, just tell me the formula for density. D equals mass divided by volume, or over volume. Yes. Our mass is 20. Our volume is 5. I don't even need a calculator. I know what 20 divided by 5 is. It is 4. Don't you dare put just 4. The number 4 means absolutely nothing unless you add the units next to it. So you need to make sure you put 4 grams per milliliter. Grams/milliliter. Number 4. 2 through 4, you should have question and answer. Otherwise, you do not get full credit for today. Don't waste your points. Just write down the question and answer. Get that 100. After you're done recording it, I want you to get out your paper on mixtures, solutions, and suspensions, where we looked at the different things in the cups. Micah, can I get you to bring your pencil from up here, take your quiz? Lola, can I get you to come up to the table up here and take your quiz?
My knees killing me.
I'll just stay up here.
It's only 2 questions. Hmm? Mm-hmm. We go and miss it when I see it, like, well, it's my YouTube channel, and you guys can go on and be like, oh, we do that.
That's nice there, so I can see.
Alright, I need your voices off, your papers out. These are the correct answers. You should be changing or adding or taking away if you did not get the correct answers. Some of you I started, and then I got to the point where I'm like, why am I doing this? Y'all can do it faster than I can. Most of you got the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures correct. But what tripped you up is forgetting that things can go in more than one category. So salt water, sugar water, tap water are all homogeneous. We can't tell the difference in the particles. They all look the same. While oil and water, soil, dragon chow, Italian dressing, and sand and water, they all look like different. They have different pieces in them. We can separate it if we really wanted to, easy enough. If you are a solution, then you are automatically a homogeneous mixture. So your answer should be the same for homogeneous mixture and solution. Record the correct answer. Record the correct answer. The suspensions are the ones that could not really be mixed, and if you leave them sit out long enough, they'll separate. And that's your oil and water, your sand and water, and your Italian dressing. And there is only one pure substance out of all those, and that was the sodium chloride, the NaCl. That was your non-iodized table salt.
I didn't get mom.
If it's not up there, I'm gonna go home, then I need to get back on you. Once you're done copying out the correct answers on that, get out your orange paper, which is the solubility lab.
So there's nothing.
Yep, and NaCl is the one that's pure substance.
It was wrong.
All right, for your solubility lab, for those of you that got it back, the orange paper, your chart, your data chart should look like this. Yours may look different if you use too much of the solid and not enough liquid. Sugar is soluble in water, but not in rubbing alcohol or oil. That means when you mixed it, it dissolved completely in the water, or should have. But not in the other substances. Cornstarch only dissolved in the oil. If you mix the cornstarch and water together, you know that it made oobleck. So it didn't dissolve, just made kind of a putty.
What's this for?
That's to bowl in your answers. Or the sugar. Sugar's a lot like salt, it dissolved in the water, but nothing else. What I was really concerned with is the two answers at the bottom, the solutes and solvents. A lot of you got this question right, which is awesome. Can somebody tell me what the solutes were? There would be three of them. Mark. Sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Those are our solutes. It is what is being dissolved. So what are our solvents? Leslie. Water, rubbing alcohol, and vegetable oil are liquids. Usually our solvents are liquids. Not always, but usually. If you have a solid and a liquid mixed together, you can almost guarantee that the liquid is going to be the solvent. So if for some reason you don't have those answers, make sure you fix it. The last thing I'm going to pass back is your quiz grade. Alright, so I'm not thrilled with these grades, and I pretty much guaranteeing y'all aren't going to be thrilled either.
I hope you're gonna be thrilled with mine.
I really hope. I hope I can break. 46% is not y'all's level. It's not what you're capable of doing. Y'all can do better than that. If you got a 70, 80, or 90, and there are people who did, then job well done. A lot of you got 40%, 30%. Mark on the ones. So what I need you to do is listen very carefully. Being that this was our first quiz together of the year, I will allow you to retake it Wednesday. And by allow, I mean everybody's going to retake it because nobody got a 100, so everybody has an opportunity to improve. I will take the higher of the two grades, although if you're talking when I'm talking, I may change your mind. And just be like, yeah, I'll just take what you get. So Wednesday, you need to put in the effort to study, use additional resources if necessary, and pull your grade on Wednesday. This is the only time it's going to happen. After this, your quiz grade is your quiz grade. Okay? So get your quiz grade back, cry about it for a minute, move on. Before I pass this back, I want you to get your density lab sheet out. In the interest of time, I do not want to work on this density lab past today. Today is it. So I'm going to take some additional things off the table for this. So pay attention so you're not doing more than you need to do. Station 1 we're keeping. Remember, it's the articles in the green folder back there. It's just reading the article, answering the questions. Station 3 we are keeping. Station 3 is just calculating the density or the grams or the volume. It's basically math word problems. I now have a class set of calculators back there. So we have plenty of calculators for everybody, so everybody can be working on Station 3 while they're waiting for their part. Station 4. I want you to mark out everything from acrylic block to steel block. We're only doing half. Remember, you're only pulling out one block at a time to weigh it and to measure it with the ruler. And then you're putting it back before you get the next block because I don't want you to get the blocks mixed up. Also remember, there's only one scale that measures in ounces. So you need to do your measurements quickly and then let somebody else over. Do not try to calculate the density of anything without first converting ounces to grams. Otherwise, your measurements will be extremely wrong. Station 5 we're keeping as is. It's only 4 of them. Station 8 is the last adjustment we're going to make. I want you to only do half of that station as well. Everything from rock to cylinder 2, I want you to mark out. This is the station where you are using water displacement or Archimedes principle in order to find the volume of an object. So you're going to drop it in water, see how much the water moved, calculate the volume, and then you're plugging it in the formula. Yes, sir. Everything from rock to cylinder 2. Does anybody have any questions? All right, so you have almost 40 minutes to work. So you should be able to get this entire lab done today. Anything that's not done today will count against you. I will not be curving this grade. Your other grades, like your scientific method lab, I curved that one because I know we didn't finish it. So if you missed a couple questions, you may still have gotten 100. Not this case. You've got 40 minutes to finish a lab that I cut down in half. So make it happen. Go and get started.